Not phased by harsh music.
What's happening, everyone? Back again with another wee video, some production tips. This time I'm going to show you how I would process leads. So the other day, last Saturday it was actually, after we'd done the last video, me and Dave sat down and we wrote this remix, bootleg, whatever you want to call it, of an old DJ Isaac tune called Backstage. So still very messy. Everything's sort of built and put in place, but all the frequencies are interacting with each other, and it just needs a good mix down now. So I'm going to show you how I would go about fixing the leads. So let's get stuck in. So this is the lead here. You can hear it's very dry and dull. So I've EQ'd all the individual ones, just cutting the low out of them. So first of all, we'll need to add some reverb and delay. So Valhalla Room is my favourite. I have my own setting here. I think this setting came from the, what do you call it, the bass modulators pack. So you can copy it there, or you can go and get that pack, which is a good one to learn. Yep, they're turned on. So already sounds a bit better. So we'll add an EQ in just to tame it. Then an OTT. My throat's all something stuck in my throat, so apologies for the harshness. Next up, a lot of compressor in and sidechain it to the lead. So main lead. I think that's it. So means then whenever the notes are hitting, there's no reverb, but then once the note finishes, the reverb then comes behind it, so it sounds way better. And make sure you can hear the lead still then, because if you just put too much reverb on, then it sort of brings your sound to the back, which is not what we want. I don't think that's the right one. You hear that reverb swell come after, and that's what you're after. So next up we'll go with the fucking phone of mine does not stop. We'll go after anyway with some delay. So just use the Ableton delay. I think it's pretty cool. So turn the filter on, fade, ping pong, put it to 100% wet. Now you bring the feedback down. Right, so same process again. We'll add an EQ, not into there. We'll add an EQ. An OTT. And then we'll sidechain it to the lead. No, that's the wrong one again. So many fucking... Main lead G. There we go. That sounds way better already. Right, so then we'll go into the bus or the group, whatever you want to call it, and we'll add an EQ in. So cut that. Boost the high end, but what I didn't do is I would cut and then we'll add Saturn, which is a saturator. Now I seen this on a YouTube video a while ago, Hip Hop O Puncher. The person in the video always boosted this band, but I'm going to take it down a wee bit. This is so good on leads, as you can hear now. It really does give it that crunch, not what you're after for hardstyle. Perfect. And then I'll add another EQ, which is the Mag 4. So what I'll do is just boost this slightly and then bring a bit of fresh air in. And then I'm going to compress it with the CLA 2A. Right there. Sounds pretty dope now. Scope in just to have a wee nosy. So as you can see in the what do you call it, the scope, it's took all them mad peaks away, but there's still a lot of transients going on. There's still a lot of peaks there, but they're squished down because of the compressor. And that's what you want. You don't want to be sending everything away completely squished and just like a square shape. You want it to have those wee peaks in the waveform. But then, because if you send that, it's going to get squished when you send it for mastering. So if you've already squished it right down flat, it then means when you send it to get mastered, it gets squished again and it just ruins the sound. So you always want to have all that. I'm not very good at articulating what I mean, but I know what I mean in my head. So that's what you aim for whenever you're compressing. After that, we'll add another reverb in just to give it more. Sounds pretty cool now. Right, so then what I'll do is I will sidechain it again. what I'll do is I'll sidechain it to this yellow band, which is our sidechain trigger. So all it is really is on each note, and only do this over where the kicks are playing, because then this gets the lead out of the way of the kick drum, so you have space underneath. Sidechain trigger, there we go. So if you listen till here, how it sounds. So it sounds pretty cool. If you listen to here, you're losing that low bit, but when I play it all together from here, so that's it. The whole track is still pretty messy. There's a lot of stuff. I was just going through the kick drums and the leads there, trying to get them sorted. Obviously, you watch me do the leads. Still loads of tidying up to do. Still a lot of work to be done. But that's how I would go about processing my leads. It's pretty much, I pretty much do the same thing all the time. Maybe sometimes a lot of tricing instead of a Saturn, and just distort it. You can get a cool sound, but that's how I would go about it, and hopefully that helps you. I remember whenever I was starting out, there wasn't much videos on of how to get your leads done, and another thing I would do is don't do it that much, but I do it sometimes, is stick a stereo widener on, but I've been told by many people not to do it, and but I just sometimes bring this up to 120 ish, and if you play it soloy, gives it that wee bit of width. Now if you go too mad with it, you'll have phase issues and all, like, so it's just slightly do it if you're gonna do it. So let's hear it over the kick drum. Yep, so that's how I would go about it. Hopefully that helped, and stay tuned for more videos. Peace out.
Not phased by harsh music.